Well guys, welcome to another episode. And if you miss me, the reason why I asked that, for all you guys that religiously watch my long form videos, you're probably thinking, is he still here? I am, but it's been an absolute slog, and I mean 5-6 sessions now without a bite. And man, when you're used to, without sounding big-headed, coming to this lake and doing alright, what between 1 and 5 fish in 24 hours. It's tricky ever since I've come back from France. So what have I had out of here since then? The cricketback common you might have seen, and then the incredible 36 pounder. Absolute incredible fish that was. But I must admit, for 3 sessions, maybe 4 of the 6, 7 that I've blanked, I've been on the big lake. And then the last few on here, I have tried a few different things. Zigs, just to see if anything gets me a quick bite, but it's been a tricky one. My colleagues at work, or my boss and my colleague, always ask me when I go back to work the next day, and yeah, always give them the same answer. My boss tonight, because this is the coldest night you're watching me on, look, so if you can see that, we've had in a long time. It's going to drop down to 1 degree. And before I brought my own hooker mate in, it was already frosted, so it's going to be freezing. On that note, for anyone insane enough to go, because he said, you can't be right, always make sure you've got plenty. Now, I feel really warm, whether it stays that way I don't know. I've got my boots on, got my thermal socks, got my big thick Navitas top and bottoms, I've got an extra hoodie, a raincoat, I've got my usual sleep system along with my old Four Seasons sleeping bag. But I'll tell you what is a game changer, and excuse the state of it, but because it's quite old, but a hot water bowl. And if you can bring a few of them, put them in your bed, especially when we get to the frosty era, and you can have one up your jumper as well. Trust me, it makes all the difference. Started using these last year. Granted, I didn't do much winter overnight carp fishing before, but what a game changer. It's nice to wake up and all that's cold is your nose, and my nose is big enough to get really cold. So tactics tonight. When I was here last time, I see the fish move, and I was on my favourite swim last time, not a bite, fishing boilie only approach, because I still think it's warm enough to be doing that approach. And I watched the fish in the morning, it's been early morning shows, and I watched the fish come close, and probably 2 wraps off my spot. I had 1 fish that looked right over my spot. And in the past, if you've watched my videos, it's like, and I'm like, okay, this is the time, this is the moment that goes, and sadly not. So, decided to try something new. I've got the spom out, because I turned up in the dark. I did debate whether to do bags or spom. I've gone on a swim that not too many people fish. They don't choose to fish it, and I think that's, if you can do that in a venue like the swim I used to fish before, just recently, and quite understandably, there's people in my club that watch the videos. Thank you so much for watching. They've probably seen that and gone, I'll have some of that. I'm quite right. I hope that helps some of you guys, especially newcomers. Do you know what I mean, or fairly new to fishing. I'm not an expert in big carp. It's not my forte, if I'm honest. Get me on a feeder for tench or float for tench. I think that's, or match fishing. I used to fish for Suffolk when I was a youngster. That's me. This is a little bit of a learning curve for me still. But like I say, what I've done is 3 on the spot, and I've spommed out little bits this time. I've not fished little bits like hemp, micro pellets, and I've actually spommed it out. There's no wind, so there's not going to be much of an undertow on this lake today. So I thought, do you know what I mean, I'm going to do that, and I've just fished little bits on each rod, different bits, just to see whether the 15 mils are just a bit too heavy for them now. The water still feels quite warm. There's mist coming off it, which means it's obviously warmer than the 4 degrees that I think is currently, maybe a little less now. And I see someone the last time catch a fish on the next swim. Doesn't mean they're going to be here now though, but fingers crossed. It's got to happen. I'm getting to a point where I think, has someone put a curse on me? I don't know. It's crazy. Ever since I come back from France, it's just felt different. Talking to club members, Freddie, he's agreed. Big up to you, Freddie, if you watch this. You know that this year for him, because he fished it last season, this is my first season on here, that he's found it trickier. He's had some amazing fish he showed me, but he's found it trickier. But anyway, I think there might be one person on here, there might be more, but I've not walked around all the swims with my head torch, I don't want to disturb anyone. So, ooh, that sounded like a show somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on just in case there is anyone. I'm going to get my hot water bowl done, get a nice hot chocolate on the go, and sit out and watch these stars. Such an amazing clear night. Let's hope I don't wake up with frostbite on my nose. Morning, guys. 3 o'clock in the morning. Forgot to zip my bivvy up, but oh, you can't see over there. Oh, you might be able to. You see that shining down there? That means there's something in the sling. Let's have a look, shall we? Wire and then take the sling off, so bear with me on the wait. But this has been so long waited. And I thought, when this happens, this is going to feel absolutely incredible, and it's... can't believe it's worked. The fine tuning I've done over the last few sessions, just to try and be better and better, and it's paid off. On new scales, so no more wondering whether the digitals are working properly. Coming out, it's 27.10, let's have a look at it, shall we? Nice, stocky fish. Really chunky fish, this one. Look at that. Beautiful, 0 degrees mirror carp. It's freaking freezing. But you know what? Couldn't have been that cold because I went to sleep with my bivvy open. And yeah, what can I say? I'm absolutely over the moon. Tried little bits of particle this time. Certainly worked. So, what a cracking fish. Proper chunk. Proper little brute. So long, it's took this long to get a fish. And I'm just reveling in the moment. Oh, it's feeling even more special than what I thought. So let's get this absolutely amazing creature back. Let's get a few spoms out over the top and see if there's any more in store for the rest of the session. Get in. Oh. Well, all I can say is hallelujah. Absolutely buzzing, still buzzing off that fish. Not the biggest one I've had out of here, certainly not the smallest, about average. Cracking fish there. I'm absolutely, and I'm sure you can relate to all you people out there, boys and girls, people, might sound like you people, you've got to watch what you say like that these days. But all you lovely people out there you go, it's a bit of a spin on it, innit? That practice a bit like me. I've had a few rough sessions in a row, and you just tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak, and you perhaps try something that you haven't tried before, and this is something I haven't tried, and yeah, it works, and it's like, yeah baby. So I don't know if I explained it already, but I had that fish. I kind of like woke up, as you saw, my bivvy's all frosted up, left the door open, obviously warm enough. I'm still warm, it's incredible, but yeah, got up. I think it's been so long since a bite has woke me up, that I was like, oh, and looked at my rod, I was like, oh, that is an actual bite. Flew out with a pitcher, playing it, and it veered off over to the right here, to the right end leg. I'm playing it, and my middle rod, and back drop, didn't connect. But whilst I'm doing all this, fish are showing over my spot, like literally, like I've never seen before. They're obviously lapping it up. In hindsight, should have kept the fish in the net, just bombed over the top, got a load more bait out, because they were obviously on it at that time, but didn't. I think even if no more fish today, I just absolutely, yeah, I'm ear to ear grinning. But talking about this morning, what's what, I haven't checked the time, probably about 8:30 now. What I've done is, because I put my left rod a little bit further, because I worried a little bit, you know, because they say about your spom and your rod length, X amount, you know, your spom X amount shorter generally for the depth of water. Now, I think I'm in about 14, 15 foot of water there. So, and I didn't adjust the spom, so I brought that in, I've put that back, the same amount of wraps as the other two. So brought that in a bit more, and I've put 6 more spoms of bits. Now I said bits like I'm some gangster dealer. Here, you want bits, bruv? No disrespect to all you gangster drug dealers out there, you've got to make a living. But what I mean by that is a particle mix this time. Like I say, all joking aside, it's something I've never used here before, but as we go into the colder months, perhaps that's the way forward. Perhaps not. Perhaps I've just been in this time, but the conditions, it was crystal clear. What an amazing night that was, seeing like shooting stars. I'm a bit sad like that. I enjoy the wonders of things like that. Yeah, crystal clear, high pressure, higher than what's been. Easterly wind, well, no wind last night, but the faint subtle wind that we did have was easterly. Now it's switched. Now it's a south wind, which has defrosted my bivvy nicely anyway. And the wind's pushing in. I think we're meant to be set a bit of rain today, which is going to be fun with my bivvy open facing it, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And yeah, but the last few sessions here, showing has been between, I'd say, 4 and 8 generally. We've had the odd day where they've gone up until about midday, which is like amazing. I've seen 2 shows, not heard any, but just seen that head out the water more in the central position where they were probably a month ago, concentrated. And that's why I was trying zigs in that deeper water, sort of mid to upper layers, just to see whether I could get one while they're sort of breaching and going back down perhaps, but alas, didn't even have a bite. But I have caught here many a time with no shows, so fingers crossed. And when they're on it, it's usually around every 6 hours you get a bite, so if that rule applies, I had that bite this morning at 3 o'clock. One of them rods might tear off at 9 if that rule still applies for this time of year. But nonetheless, if nothing else happens today, and we're going to go home feeling absolutely victorious. Not a red letter session, but I still think there's a bite in this. I'm super confident, and I'm putting out in the universe that there's going to be more to come. I don't think that's it. I think I'm the only one on this lake. It can change at any moment, but that gives me super confidence as well that my bait is the only. I need to change my red alarm because that keeps flashing. Batteries are low. I keep thinking, oh, yeah, you know, let's see. Like I say, nonetheless, I'm reeling off that fish. Glad I've hopefully turned the corner, ended the blank curse that I've been under, and yeah, let's see what's in store for the rest of the session. So let's talk about how the rest of the session went. Well, it's clear I need to touch up on my manifestation skills because I seem to have dropped throughout the other sessions. I was almost predicting bites, but in my defence, this is the first late autumn, early winter I've tried on this lake, so it's just all about sussing it out, isn't it? And I haven't really gone much into tactics or tips on this session, but guys, if you want to, hit the subscribe button, follow along, because you know there's plenty more coming up. And if it all does keep working, obviously I want to share. I want to make sure that if you're one of the rare people that are still going to be out here in December, January, February, like me, being absolutely crazy, then I want to make sure you're putting more in the back of that net. I want to make sure that you have the best winter possible. So let's learn together. Like I say, I'm going to keep trying. But for all you guys that have subscribed because you've seen chub and you've seen pike and you've seen winter tench, don't fear. I'm going to be hitting rivers. The water's been really up lately. I need to get on a river whilst that's that way because I love a flood. And get back to doing that winter tench. I think I was like £25 last year on that commercial tench lake. Let's see if we can double it. I'm sure we can. And let's not forget a favourite of many, is coming up. As soon as this frost persists, I'll certainly be doing more of it, and that's going for them pike. And I've caught one pike so far on an imitation snail, but let's get some sea baits out there and let's go for that record that's in the other lake of a whopping £33. Jeez, come on, mid to late 20s, I'll be over the moon. So don't miss it, just don't miss it. I do love a bit of pike fishing, so if you do too, let's have a look. Might be a tip or two there for you to take away if you're just starting to pike fish, because I do stuff slightly different maybe, which usually results in a good few bites. So want to share that with you too. But of course, many more overnight sessions here on what is my favourite water. So for now, guys, stay warm out there if you carry on. That's the main thing to take away from this video. Do them hot water bottles. If you haven't invested in proper clothing, get on Navitas. I'm not anyway endorsed by them. Look at their winter clothing. It's bloody cheap really for what it is, and it's so worth it. Get yourself some. It's nothing worse than being uncomfortable, especially when you're doing an overnighter. Look, I was so warm I didn't even zip my bivvy up. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Keep your eyes peeled for the next session, and good luck if you're continuing to be on the bank side this winter.